because Orange Esports, they kind of backed themselves up into a corner here, especially with the last particular draft where they only had the Bruno to work with. I think they're going to try and open up a little bit more to give something that AIM is capable of playing. Maybe a Harith, maybe a Lunox, maybe even a Farsa or Yves. I put them in the same category.
Your team is banning.
Yeah, I definitely agree here. The Yves is going to be something that Orange might be contesting as well. We've talked about how strong Yves over the first few weeks, but after the immobilized patch here, it feels like he's supposed to be a top tier pick, and it took them quite a while to adapt. And we talked about adaptation, right? Especially coming from our region here. New heroes has been extremely hard to adapt. In this case, Beatrix was one of those heroes. We did see GeekFam kind of perform really well for it. Other teams had not really a lot of success with it. And the glue also finally being allowed towards NBA as well. What are your thoughts on the new hero glue?
I think out of all the new releases, glue has been like oddly balanced. You know what I'm saying? Because we've had like crazy things hit the battlefield. Like we've had Beatrix come out, but highly mechanical. So maybe not exactly the easiest.
But glue is a tank.
Yeah, but like think about it. When Kufra came out, everyone played Kufra.
No,
everyone played Kufra.
I was there in season 3.
It rotated in, but how long did he stick around? He stuck around one of the few tanks that stuck around a lot longer.
Oh yeah, true. Until season 5.
Exactly. Where he finally got the nerf.
But what about Grok? Grok was season 1 all the way to season 5.
Okay, we don't talk about Grok anymore. we like to keep that under the ground. We like to not mention him because those were dark times in MLBP.
We don't talk anymore.
We don't talk anymore like we used to. Now, GeekFam, with their current bans, the Benedetta, the Raph, as well as the Jawhead, followed up by Orange Esports band Matilda, Matilda, Diggy, as well as the Yves, allowing Farsa open might be dangerous for the side of GeekFam.
I don't know.
It's a little dangerous.
I don't think it's going to be a priority.
I mean, AIM has had some good games on Farsa. Anybody remember Season 6? Yeah,
Yeah, that was last season. That's talking about.
Yeah, it's last season, but he was able to do work, okay? He did a lot of work. Now, Orange Esports starting with the Popo and Kupal and Granger opening compared to GeekFam, who bothered to, strangely enough, they go for Uranus. Like, Alice is on the table, why Uranus?
It's interesting, right? We talked about teams that kind of prioritize Uranus here. Reborn, Homeboys, SMG kind of has that identical draft. But it's surprising to see GeekFam kind of adapting into this playstyle here. Yeah, it worked out for them in game number 1 with the surprise Uranus pickup. But it feels like Orange Esports, they're getting desperate in this game number 2. It feels like they just want to mirror off GeekFam and to kind of deny them from picking the Granger and Popo and Koopa. So GeekFam, it's going to be on them to actually counter the strat they actually invented in game 1.
You know what my call is here? I'm guessing that they went for the Uranus instead of something like Paquito, which was left wide open, is the fact that Popo and Koopa is pretty effective against this Paquito because he can't really close that distance when you have a Popo and Koopa side. And GeekFam, they know they have first pick, but they can't take away Popo and Koopa. And if you're looking at the bans, they're also like, all right, I guess we just have to give up Paquito here. Now, Orange Esports, they could easily pick it up, right? Like, Neo, he could get the Paquito again if he wanted to.
Now that you put it into perspective, it makes a lot of sense now, considering that how Neo was like really struggling here just because of how much traps was like across the map in those team fights as well. The moment you get locked out with the Abyss Mask up on the Popo and Koopa, you're pretty much going to be hard locked all the way through.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. It really isn't a lot of fun.
It's really interesting to see Popo and Koopa back into this meta, just because his stats hasn't exactly changed over the seasons. The only difference was pretty much, if you're trapped, if an enemy gets, hit or caught by the traps, you get vision. That's about it. That's the only change. No stats, no whatsoever. Same from last season, completely ignored, even though its pick pretty much does not contribute a lot in team fights. But this season, because of this Paquito, it's back.
Well, I wouldn't say it's just Paquito. I also think it's because of the Kaja, because of the Selena, because of the Jawhead specifically that Popo and Koopa has come back. It's about the kit, right? It's really about the kit. Now, Orange Esports, they decide to ban out Farsa on top of everything else. They understand that GeekFam, what looks to be when you see your Uranus, you're kind of, you got to sniff. It's like, what's that? What's that, a Farsa Yves composition? Nah. Not going to let you get it at all. And followed up by the Eudora coming in for GeekFam. They don't like that hard lockdown, especially.
Now here, it seems like GeekFam is going to be lacking a lot in terms of main department. Alice is going to be completely let off, and considering that Orange Esports may consider banning it for them, counteracts a little bit of the life steals away because of this unit. but Cooper is an additional unit, so I don't think.
Your
Oh, come on,
team
it's not
is
that
banning.
difficult to like target the
ban,
right person.
okay.
Ooh, Baxia ban coming out from Orange
Utah?
Esports.
No.
Alice. I'm guessing Alice, right?
But in last game with the Estes, are they gonna prioritize an Estes again?
I think it's possible. I think it's very possible.
Wait, this
for
game
Side
looks
Orange.
good, but
Personally,
Oh, yeah.
because remember that AIM
they can
does
find a pick
play.
the Estes.
Yeah, they can go for it because remember that AIM can play the Lunox in towards the side lane, and that's something that he traditionally does. He likes to bring these, quote unquote mages into the side lane because they have a way to survive.
Have you seen Kuja play Lunox?
Yeah.
Not that much. From my experience, not that much.
Well, not this season, but if we're talking about like in general, like in history, yeah, he has played Lunox before. Like ages ago when Lunox first came out. But who didn't play Lunox when she first?
I think last season he played some Lunox game. No, not even last season. No, actually this season I think he kind of snuck
Your
it in.
team is picking.
Yeah, maybe the first. No, he didn't.
No,
My bad.
no. It's just like the weirdest thing that he's picked by far is just Thamos and Dairoth as well.
Dairoth mid.
Yeah, that can't.
And they
forget about
wanted that game.
And you can't forget about it. But now Geek Fam, they ban out the Angela, and this is really, really interesting. Like, I guess Orange Esports is going to come up with the same composition. I wouldn't be too surprised if they throw in Estes in again if they wanted to, because now AIM has like a pseudo carry ready in towards that side lane compared to Geek Fam, who is going to be lacking quite a bit of damage. You would think the Hayabusa does a lot. It really doesn't, especially against the lineup of Orange Esports. Like, they've technically, with just these 4 picks, they've got 5 bodies there.
I don't think Orange Esports would pick the Estes. I feel like the Cho pickup is great, Chang'e as well.
Like that.
You know, it's interesting that teams kind of completely ignore the fact that Cho is an S tier tank. It's kind of interesting that over the first few weeks here, Cho was highly contested as a first pick material. And now, considering that it's completely let off,
if we're talking about like an S tier tank, I'd say he's like a good. I think he's like a solid A. I wouldn't say he's like a must pick in a lot of situations. I think what brings him value is the fact that he can go into the side lane, but not to forget, like it depends on the player, right? A large majority of it comes to the player's capabilities, and when you give someone like Zorn, that's when it's like, oh yeah, from A upgraded into S tier, baby.
pretty sure it's always been S. You know, personally, just because of how flexible.
How cracked are you on Cho? I'm not that cracked on Cho, and I still think he's like, he's a solid A for me. His kit is his kit is undeniably good.
Dude, how could you say that? We're giving away 5-1-5 skins, man. Cho skins, it's brand new.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I want to get a crappy Cho player on my solo queue games having a 5-1-5 skin.
What about a Yori Yagami one?
Okay, well, it's a Yuri Yagami one. At least it's eye candy. You know what I'm talking about? But now, let's get into this game 2 here. Will Geek Fam take this away in a 2-0 series, or will Orange Esports, with an unbreakable mentality, hold up and bring it 1-1?
I don't know, it's going to be a tough game here because, of course, it is going to be anyone's game as of now. This time, Orange is completely sacking the idea of having the healing strat, but this time, they are getting a little bit aggressive down mid here. Zorn as well, going to be providing a little bit of assist. Dominus with the Chang'e is going to be a comfort pick for themselves. It does give them a little bit more range to actually burst them down from the side of Orange Esports if they want to just focus farm up on Dominus coming from Geek Fam.
Yeah, no, I totally agree because as of now, Orange Esports pretty much have full control over the early stages of the game. They dictate the entire pace, they dictate way to fight, they dictate everything. And now Zorn is going to has to kind of babysit Lil B here for a moment because overall, Lil B ain't going to be strong until he's 4.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, man. Yuri Yagami, man.
King of Fighters, you got a good point. But now, Lil B, he's going for the lane swap.
Before we get the game, choose one. 5-1-1-5 Cho skin or Yuri Yagami?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I haven't had enough games on the 5-1-5 skin to make a decision. I'll let you know next week.
Why do you guys let us down in the comments if you purchased it?
Now, let's see how this plays out because now Lil B is going to get attacked on towards the weaker side of the map. I don't particularly like this. I mean, yes, no. Don't actually die here. Yep, he is so dead. What a mistake coming in from Kuja here. He shouldn't be that far. He already used the flicker as well. Big resources and a big win coming in for the side of Geek Fam.
That is literally Zord just flexing all the way through here. But now he's going to try and force Manly a flicker on top of that. He's going to be A-okay. He sidesteps a couple of shots in. Mom not going to be able to finish his way through here. Zord with the level 2 freestyle right from the get-go. Seems like Geek Fam, they are looking to party here. But the turtle is going to be contested coming in from both teams here. It's going to be a really rough one here. Us is in the vicinity. Mom getting zoned off completely here by Kuja is here to party. He's got the Divine Judgment, and immediately everyone from Geek Fam says, I do not want to mess with Kuja.
Yep, and here's the thing. Orange Esports could have gotten a lot more if Kuja didn't die there and wasted the flicker. If he just like accepted his fate, he could have looked for a big pick off there, and they could have gotten Turtle and maybe even an extra kill. But now Lil B, he doesn't exactly know where he needs to be on the map, and even Neo as well. They're just constantly switching the lanes to make sure that it's going to be okay. But you know what that means when the first kill comes through. First blood bounty!
Yep. Redeem those codes right now. It is up on screen for a short brief moment here. Click. Type. Prepare your phones and your websites, your Google Chromes, your Mozilla Firefox, everything right now.
Who uses Safari? Who uses Safari
I use
these days?
I'm not going to mention it. We can't talk about it right now. We technically can't talk about it right now.
All right, we'll have a conversation about this. We're gonna have a long conversation. But look at topside here. Now Neo is getting attacked. Neo unfortunately manages to get out of the way at the right time. Zorn, he's looking for that pickoff. He's trying to be proactive in this matchup, and I think that's where you can see the difference between his Cho play in comparison to his Popo and Koopa play. He's a lot more confident.
Yeah, he's a little bit more aggressive in that regards as well here. His game sense has been off the mark here. His awareness is off the charts as well. But we haven't seen him going for the aggression yet. But seems like Orange Esports is looking to catch him off guard with the setup of the trans. That's going to be a great Divine Judgment. But as of now, we can see they've overcommitted a stay. And that's going to be another one fall coming from the side. Geek Fam Dominance is going to completely rush in from the side of Orange Esports.
Big mistake coming in from
So Panda
still alive. He should be able to roll on out of there. But Kuja, he doesn't have the ultimate, and Panda can look to try and push him back. Like bombs come out, and he should be scot-free. But like that was a huge mistake coming in from Zorn. Like one hit of the G Kundo. I thought he used the Shunpo, but instead it might have been a misclick. But unfortunately, just well done from Mali dropping down the frost traps.
Yeah, seems like the Argos chunk away on this year one here, but Geek Fam, they're going to force the issue here when we know Tara, but Lil B, he got jacked with Neo with the knockout punch. Oh my goodness.
They have to play. They should have just mirrored here. Like EFAM don't realize that they're so weak at this stage of the game. The only people who could really contest is Dominus and Zorn, arguably even Arts, but Arts has got his own workings to do, and Zorn, he is just playing so
Oh no, one more! Oh, so close! No, Neo, get it, run it!
No way! Oh, Neo should have waited. Neo should have been more patient with the jab, but yeah, like so far Zorn hasn't been playing too good for the past 2 games. Like it's a lot of misplays and executional mistakes coming in from him, and that's I'm not used to seeing it.
You know, you talked about him not playing well in the first game here. He was been dying so much. He was making space for a team. He's clutching his way through, but this game with the Cho, he makes it out alive. He's died once.
Sure, but he shouldn't have died the previous time, and then he runs back in the next time. I don't know. Personally, I think we've seen him having better days.
Agreed.
It feels like he's playing a little...
Oh no, the trap!
He's fine. He should be okay. There's no Death Sonata just yet.
Kuja,
Oh,
no.
But
You jinxed it.
I jinxed it. I did. That was my bad. I'm sorry, Zoran. If you're listening to this later on for VOD reviews, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will check us out. Maybe.
You never know. You never know with these players. But yeah, so far Orange Esports has a lot of momentum coming behind him. Remember that unbreakable mentality? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Now Lil B, so much trouble here. Mom just running towards that backline, knowing that Lil B was going to go for the quad shadow. Really well, good understanding of Hayabusa, but they're going to keep on pushing forward.
The aggression coming from Mom. He's so confident in this game here, but seems like they are going to try and strengthen a little bit more here, and it seems like Geek Fam's not able to mirror this game as they did from game 1, and now Neo is going to get completely dived on, but he is a mosquito. He's going to be A-okay. He's contesting with Arts here, and Zorn looking for the Whale Dragon here, but he does not have the flicker, and that's going to be a nice pick down mid as Dominus will get caught off.
What is going on with Geek Fam this particular game here? If we're talking about options and the way they can kind of play the draft, I personally didn't really like it, seeing the Hayabusa get first pick within, sorry, not first pick, but first rotation in the picks and bans, and now it's really starting to bite them here, because Lil B can't seem to get his farm. The rest of Orange Esports continue to push forward. Neo looking for an opportunity, but the Death Sonata last shot doesn't hit. Neo should be able to pick this up in the champion stash. He keeps on pushing forward. Art's gonna be trying to drop down that his ult as well. The meteor shower gets canceled from the next KO punch. Neo, he is getting unlocked.
That is huge for him here, and he's gonna try and pick off Panda as well. He's got the darkness, and Panda is gonna die to the last thing here. He tries to survive, but 1 HP is gonna seal the deal, but it's gonna be Dominus that gets the kill instead of Panda. Not looking good for this Wolf Boy.
Wow, they managed to trade 1 for 1. I really thought that Panda was just gonna go down without a fight, but now here comes the Divine Judgment, and with the disengage with the meteor shower, they find a good opportunity. They trade 1 for 1. It's looking great, but can they go for more? Mali on the run, drops the frost trap right underneath him, but Mom had to disengage a completely different direction. They lose 2 members in the process.
Yeah, a little bit confident here. Overconfidence coming from Orange Esports here. Neo thought he could get the damage done here to get his kills as well as life steal those for the double knockout punch, but unfortunately that was not the right play.
Yeah, like Geek Fam, again, Dominus is starting to scale up. He's starting to get strong here. That meteor shower is really going to be worth every penny that they put in time invested in towards it. Now, Geek Fam, this is the moment. They've finally been waiting for the mid game for this long. Bloodless Axe being purchased by Neo, and overall, it's going to be a slow game. Orange Esports going on the defensive.
Yeah, they have to play a little bit safe here. Geek Fam, they've got a little bit of momentum here from that mishap coming in from Neo as well as Kuja. Because of this, they will have enough utilities contestants, but it is going to be on trend. Tin ice coming from Geek Fam. But Orange Esports looking for the assault once again. They're trying to secure the bottom side of the lanes here. They don't exactly want to contest Lord, knowing that Geek Fam doesn't exactly have the damage yet. But little did they know, Lil B does have damage. He's been farming off the map for a number of times now, coming from Geek Fam.
Hopefully we get to see the item list and how much gold he actually has. In terms of levels, he is a level down on AIM here, which is not exactly too great because AIM does have the mystery shop in comparison to Lil B, who has the Hydra, as traditional Hayabusas look to do. Here we go. 4.9 thousand compared to 5.1. Overall, he is sort of matching, but second highest gold earner, third highest actually gold earner.
Oh no, I spoke too soon. Looks like it is the caster's curse after all.
Yeah, no, he's got that blade of Heptases, which is nice, but that's not going to be enough to kind of hard carry this game just yet. He can't seem to get the split push on as well, as Orange Esports has been clamping down.
Oh no, Lord, what are you doing?
Oh, Kuja finds a great opportunity.
Oh, wait, what?
Chaos assault as well. He manages to survive, but AIM flickers forward. 2 darkenings is going to be enough to cut through the Shunpo shield. Nicely done from Orange Esports.
Oh, they got the punish on top of that as well here. Zorn was pretty much, AFK all the way through here, or in this case, AFP.
Yeah, it's not going well, but hey, GFAM is making the best of the situation. They managed to break bottom tier 2, even though they had to give up some big objectives for this. Orange Esports only 2k ahead, now 3k ahead of GeekFam.
Yeah, they are trading really well here coming from GeekFam here. Like I said, the slight mishaps that Orange Esports made here, which pretty much lost Neo and Kuja, gave them the breathing room that they needed, and because of this, they are keeping up the step up. If you think about it, GeekFam, they have a strong chance. Look at Dominus item right now. All he needs is one more, and that, in this case here, what is he going for here?
He could be going for a bunch of things.
He's got attack speed here. He can't go for the Windtalker, but what's next? But it seems to me, the Divine Judgment on Panda will not allow us to see a little anymore. So that's going to be another pickoff coming from Orange Esports.
Yep, this is to be expected here. Like Orange Esports, they've got the strong ultimates. They wombo combo it together. It just don't have a lot of counterplay, especially when it comes to suppression. Neo is going to push out Arts, allowing Mom to be able to push out the lane a little bit more. But looking towards that top side here, mid, they're going to push in. That Sonata doesn't connect on anybody just yet.
Oh, Shadow Q has been expected to clear the green wave, and it could not finish the kill on towards the Kuba. So no additional goal, but seems like the assault will continue here. So Orange was looking to get a one-hit winner, and Alicia Lil B getting a bit too close here, almost paid to his life. But here comes the meteor shower. Kuja almost dying. He's gonna go for the commitment. Zorn is thinking about it, but he's committed to that here. He could not set up for the way of the dragon, but he going for the zoning tactics. He will get picked off instead, as everyone from Orange Sport backed out that fight.
Oh boy, AIM totally forgot that he didn't have his Chaos Assault was going to be on cooldown there, so misplay coming in from AIM. But overall, I mean, Orange Esports, they put the damage into GeekFam. They've broken at least one inhibitor. They got some value off of the Lord. The next Lord, and by the way, it wasn't even Luminous as well, so they managed to get quite a bit of value here. But GeekFam, they're just waiting for the later stages of the game. They know that they've got the later stages under their belt.
Yeah, especially up on Panda as well here. He can't technically contest Mom. In this case, he's almost maxed out level, and once he hits that level 15, things are going to get a little bit interesting here because this next Lord is going to dictate the tempo for Rosai GeekFam if they make the comeback. Whereas Orange Esports, they cannot afford to make any more plays here. Divine Judgment comes in, Zord is going to get pushed down. One more hit will seal the deal, and the Death Sonata will be the nail to his coffin.
Nicely done coming in from Orange Esports, and they continue to push on again. They're looking for an opportunity to jump on Panda, but he knows that he has iframes to work with, so they're not going to expand anything else. Orange Esports play this slow aim, flickering forward, using the brilliance as well to buy some more time. They stick together, making sure that Luby doesn't get as much damage as he can with the quad shadows. Artsy's getting slowed down, but here it comes. Meteor Shower, chunking them all out. Arts looking for some more ionic edges, but he can't take this much damage. Aim, he's got no brilliance, he's waiting, but here comes the Death Sonata. Already out for Mom, just to zone out GeekFam and not allow them to push any further.
Oh my god, Arts' Ionic Show is just insane here, and ever since he got that Ice Queen 1, things are a little bit different now because Orange Esports, they cannot afford to lose in terms of mobility. In this game, Divine Judgment again! Sword! What are you doing? That is not the Minesweeper game you're playing right now. You just stepped on a mine.
It's difficult with this build coming in from Kuja. It is just full magic damage, making sure that when Zorn gets picked up, he doesn't really need a lot of follow-up to cut him off because he's pretty much losing at least a quarter of his life, if not 1/3 of his life every single time he gets hit by the Divine Judgment.
Oh, that's the thing, right? Like, the Divine Judgment just does so much here, and you can see, like, Orange Esports pretty much has a different dynamic here, especially when Kaja is playing on Kuja rather than on Mali here. It's completely different wavelength, and if GeekFam still remembers from game number 1 and plays it like game number 1, it's not gonna work out great for GeekFam, and they have to play it safe right now.
True, but you kind of have to give it to Mali. Like, his performance on this Popo and Kupal has been really great. Yeah, he's been catching so many people mid-dash with the Frost Traps, and that's not something that's very easy to do.
Agreed. Now with Lilby, with the Malefic Roar here, we are looking for